Welcome back. Many this time of year look forward to a fresh start, new goals, and for others, post-holiday blues really set in, making it even more challenging to fight substance abuse or mental health disorders. Golden Peak Recovery offers the first steps towards a brighter, substance-free future and is committed to each client's long-term success in sobriety. Joining us is Bruce Santiago, Clinical Director, and Timothy Kerrigan, Facility Director. Guys, it's always nice having you on. Welcome. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since the beginning of the new year. Bruce, we're going to start with you. Why don't you talk about the great team you have there at Golden Peak?
So one of the things about Golden Peak staff is we truly highly care. This is something that we've been working for months and months to have the perfect staff. We stand out as we do have a heart for our clients. We try to treat them within the guidelines, but also we do have a soft spot for them. We work really hard. Tim and I and our staff are really into our caring and loving and having a lot of sympathy for them as well. So.
Well, not only the people that come to you for the recovery, but their family and their loved ones and their friends that are coping as well in the whole recovery process.
Absolutely. That's one of the huge things that we do at Golden Peak Recovery. It's a family thing. We guide them, we educate them, we support them. One thing that we truly, Tim and I understand that we need to support them throughout the episode of care. Throughout the holidays, it's been very hard, very difficult for some of our family members. Some of them have been going through a lot of bereavement, loss, and whatnot, a lot of guilt and shame throughout the year. So this is a new beginning for us and for the clients as well. So,
what are some of the challenges that people are going through when they're entering recovery, facing that addiction, especially around the holidays?
Right. We've been seeing a lot lately, and Tim and I were talking about that earlier this morning, that there's a lot of guilt and shame, struggling with, how you're accepted in the family system. There has been a lot of neglect and a lot of abuse at the same time. Sustaining the addiction throughout the holidays, that's another thing. Obviously, they have to sustain some kind of, show up, dress up and show up, so They have to use. So coming out from that stage and coming into treatment, there's a lot of damage in that family system. So at this point, we see that supporting our family and getting involved closely with their loved ones, it's our main goal.
So Tim, you've been through this process yourself. So what kind of advice would you give someone who might be out there watching this actually right now, but is hesitant to take that first step to enter recovery, him or herself?
Well, the longer you wait, the longer it's going to make the process harder.
Right.
If you get it now, we can start tackling all the problems that are, usually causing someone to use drugs or alcohol as a coping mechanism. And then we can start guiding them towards using the right coping mechanisms, like talking, even if it's to a family member, a friend, a sober support, just talking about what's going on, especially what's in your head, is what really can help. And even picking up the phone and making that phone call to a treatment center to get help will help get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. One step is sometimes all you need to do. With family and friends of someone who needs to enter recovery or is in recovery right now, the process can be just as daunting in many ways and challenging. What kind of advice do you give those family and friends out there of people that love someone who either needs recovery or is in recovery now?
It's funny you say that, because it's patience. Patience is what we need. Patience is what the family needs to give the one that's struggling with addiction, to give them a chance. We're not going to get it overnight. It's not something that came on overnight, so it's not going to be solved overnight. And then once they enter the recovery world, give them some time. And even the addict needs to give the family patience, because the family's not going to get over all the damage that was caused when they were actively using.
Right. It's a process, absolutely. And you didn't necessarily become an addict overnight, and you're not going to, be sober overnight either. That's definitely one of the process. Talk about your unique therapeutic way that you approach your, the people that you have come to you in terms of recovery.
So one of the things that we utilize is the cognitive behavior therapy and motivation interviewing. These are two things that at the time when clients get, they're admitted and whatnot, they try to integrate back to some kind of society, some kind of system. So we encourage them. We use solution-focused therapy as well. Family therapy is our number one. We want them to, you know, reunite or reestablish that trust that they've lost within this during active addiction. Another thing is we highly recommend sober support groups. So we provide the transportation, or we encourage them to get their sponsors to be at their AA meetings or NA meetings in this case with certain clients that we have.
Well, there's never a bad time to talk about this, but especially this time of year, it's a perfect time to address these issues. Thank you, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Book a free consultation. Call Golden Peak Recovery at 844-903-1284. The number again is 844-903-1284. Learn more by visiting goldenpeakrecovery.com. They paid for today's segment. Stay with us.